Ever feel like the world just doesn't get introverts? You're not alone. Welcome to the Stay Introverted podcast. We're your hosts, Steph Laffey and Jay Coleman, here to dive into life from an introvert's perspective.
Each week we break down everything, from relationships and work to social dynamics and self-care, all while busting myths, sharing personal stories, and celebrating the quiet power of introversion. So, if you're ready to embrace your introverted side, let's get into it.
All right, welcome back, everyone. We just hopped right into it. Steph, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Can't complain.
Yeah.
It's almost Thanksgiving at the time of this recording. So I'm excited to relax and eat.
Oh my God, me too. I feel like I've been eating a lot of food that I wouldn't normally consider calling healthy. They're definitely not healthy. So it's not like Thanksgiving is just gonna be a day of glutton and I'm so here for it. But I feel like I've been easing off the hardcore diet for the past couple of weeks, and I'm just excited to continue in that fashion without going off the deep end.
That's good. All right. Yeah. I've been I guess you call it a diet, but I've been kind of really taking a more keen focus into what I'm eating the last month and a half.
Right.
So, particularly just trying to get, blood sugar down and whatnot. So I've been I think I've had bread maybe 2 or 3 times in the last month, same thing with soda. So I've just been trying to, eliminate a lot of the bad stuff, until Thanksgiving, of course.
Right. You know what's interesting that I've noticed is when I was super hardcore watching what I was eating, and I don't count calories or anything. I don't restrict myself really. I just eat mostly whole foods. I don't really, it's not that I don't enjoy heavier meats and cheeses and sugar and stuff. It just I don't like how they make my body feel, so I just don't eat them unless it's a special occasion. But I've been going a little bit easier on that kind of stuff. I've been okay, I have some bread at dinner, or I have some cheese while I'm at happy hour instead of just avoiding it. And I've only put on 2 pounds since I've stopped really caring. So I'm why am I restricting myself so much? Maybe I should just say
Yeah.
whatever.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. I mean, I actually didn't realize, how much sugar was in bread until I started actually looking at the label.
Yeah.
I'm damn, that's why my, blood sugar is the way it is. Cause I love me a sandwich. I have me a sandwich every day, sometimes 2 sandwiches in a day, but then you add that, then the soda, I might have some chips or whatever. I was
Right.
I can see how that adds up. So,
Oh, definitely.
I've definitely been, cutting back and being more cognizant of kind of just what goes in my body. But yeah,
Right.
trying to just reduce a lot of things, definitely eating a lot more, fruits, which has been good. So but like
Right.
you, I'm feeling a lot better than I have within the last month or so. So just
Oh
kind
my
of,
God.
yeah.
It makes such a difference. And I know that you are not a drinker at all,
Mm-hmm.
but even just cutting back on my alcohol intake, it's night and day. When I'm drinking a couple times a week with coworkers, with friends, with family, whatever, it takes a toll. But then when I just take a long break, I feel mentally and emotionally lighter. It's crazy.
Nice.
Um, and the same with food. I think a lot of it too is if you shop the perimeter of the supermarket rather than going into the aisles, I just think most of the foods on the perimeter, on the outside, are less ingredients, and the ingredients that are in the foods are ingredients you can pronounce for the most part. Um, I think a lot of like even like bread, for example. Like if you go to an Italian bakery and you get bread, it's probably made with like salt water, yeast, and like one other ingredient. But if you go
Mm-hmm.
and get like Wonder Bread, like there's like a list of 25 ingredients.
Definitely. And yeah, and you're right. Like when I was in my 20s and actually was more cognizant of what I was eating, I did that exact thing. Like when I would go food shopping, I was literally just going around. I did like it would be a square because that's just how that shop was constructed. But yeah,
Right,
I'm all the way around the perimeters. And pretty much anything I needed was there. Like the only exception was like out of water. 'Cause
right,
I love me some Poland Spring, but
right,
beyond that, everything I needed was on the edges.
right. When did you like so you in your 20s you were like really cognizant?
More cognizant than I am now. Like
Hmm.
I was in probably when I was 26, 27. Like I was probably like 290. So I was trying to, you know, get down a ways. And I've always been heavy because I played football.
Uh-huh.
I lift weights my entire life. So I'm always going to be, um, a bigger person.
Right.
But for the first time in my life at that point, like I actually felt heavy.
Hmm.
So I would actually, I got a workout book which had a lot of not just workouts but info for nutrition. So and it said, you
Hmm.
can pretty much get 95% of what you need on the edges. So that's what
Yeah.
I did, and it worked. So now I'm trying to get back to that, um,
Right.
and I'm starting to see kind of the same results I did when I was younger. It's harder
Oh,
now.
nice.
I'm a little bit older than 20, 25, 26.
Right.
Um, but yeah, it works. It's not,
Right.
it can be boring as hell. Um,
Mm.
but it works.
Yeah, no, I'm only asking because I'm like in my 20s, I was really cognizant, and now that I'm like 30, I'm like, I don't care. But like, I
So
know that I will regret it if I go back on everything that I've learned and like just, you know what I mean? Like, so I'm gonna try to stick it out and give myself some grace during the holidays, whatever. But like, it only gets harder as you get older, I think.
yeah, I mean, if yes, you're right. It definitely gets hard, particularly if you stop doing certain things. Like
Mm,
I've always been a walker. Since when I was in college, I walked everywhere. Like I didn't need a car because
right,
it was me, my book bag, my headphones, and I was cool. So I've been walking for like a good 20 years. So
right,
even if the nutrition wasn't always where it was supposed to be, I was walking so much that it really didn't matter.
right,
Obviously, as you get older, your metabolism slows down a bit. But because I've been walking, because I've been lifting, the the negative effects, I guess, just haven't been too hard. Like if I was always just
right.
sitting down all day, come home, watch TV, go to bed, go to work and sit, I'd probably be in worse shape. But I mean, doing what
Right.
you're doing, I don't think you have too much to worry about because
Yeah.
if oh, you're in the gym, what you're in the gym and then you walk, so you do like two a days still.
Yeah. Yeah, I walk I try to walk at least 45 minutes a day outside. Usually it ends up being a little bit more than that. Some days like Thursday where I didn't leave my apartment until 5:30 at night. Um I
Yeah,
got like 25 minutes in, but
nice.
yeah.
So how does that work? Because again, we're both in the city, but I'm in Queens.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna say where you live because people are stalkers. But I don't no like look I'm a bigger person, so if somebody wants to walk up on me, okay, I'm not gonna put that on you.
I
So I
appreciate
will.
that. I live near Central Park, but that's about all
Yeah,
I'll call.
yeah, nice. There you go. Nice 75 block range for people
Exactly.
to play with. What I guess, like what I'm trying to say is like, to me, that area isn't the most walkable. But again, I don't live there, so I don't know.
Right. So I feel like the area that I'm in is like definitely a neighborhood.
Okay.
Which helps. Like it's not very. I feel like maybe you're seeing it as not super walkable because it's very residential. But for me, that actually makes it more walkable because, like, it's the only people that are really out walking are people that live here. Like, if you don't live here, why are you here? Um, where are you coming from?
Right.
um, and it's like, so that's kind of nice. And there's so much park to walk, which is really nice. Supermarket is not super walkable. Like I can walk to Whole Foods, I can walk to Fairway, both of which are easily 10 minutes each way. Whole Foods is probably about 15 minutes each way. I can walk to Trader Joe's in like 8 minutes, whatever. But I make those part of my walking. So like if I know that I have to go to Whole Foods, let's say,
Mm-hmm.
I walk through the park to get there, so that adds a little bit more time. And then by the time I'm back from Whole Foods, I've already done my 45 minutes of walking for the day.
Nice.
But then I keep that as like a separate trip from going to the gym, which is 20 minutes each way. So it
Awesome.
ends up, I'm outside so often. It's very difficult for me to walk under 10,000 steps a day. Like I have to literally try to like not walk.
Nice. No, that's awesome. Like I'm definitely trying to get back up to that. So
Mhm.
actually, I look forward to it. With the new job, they got a gym on site, so I'll definitely be up in there.
Nice. Oh,
And I
that's
think,
exciting. I
yeah,
think if you create like little missions for yourself, it's like if you go on 3 missions a day, there you go. You get all your steps in.
yeah, yeah. I mean, no, I love walking. Like some other people don't enjoy it. I
Right.
love it. I don't like running because I just again I
Mm.
don't. I'm not a fan of it. Like I'm always the type like I'll get there eventually. I ain't gotta get there so fast. So I'm good.
Yeah.
Um, I know people it can hurt your joints, but I also think that there are definitely benefits to it. I'm just not running because I have big ass feet and they hurt. So no.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just not a good I'm really not much of a walker. I mean, I obviously I am quite a walker. I walk a lot, but like I'm not a great walker. Like I kind of zigzag, which kind of works because so do my dogs. So we kind of work together
Mm-hmm.
to to take up the whole sidewalk.
There you go.
Um, I but I struggle. I mean, I broke my foot literally walking to work. So there you go. Running is an accident waiting to happen for me. But I'm happy for people that like it. It's just not for me.
Yeah, good. God bless you. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. I'm getting dinner I think on Wednesday, like Thanksgiving Eve with an old friend.
Mhm.
And he just ran the Iron Man, I think, or like a triathlon, some crazy shit. I I have so many questions.
Top of the list is why.
Yeah.
Like
Crazy.
why? What? Like I don't know.
I mean, good for you, better you than me.
Yeah, like like it. I don't want. I don't want to be mean because it's Sunday.
It's a Sunday. Love
It's
it.
just Sunday. No, I mean, it's the Lord's Day, depending on what your religion is. But people who like run marathons and triathlons and all the athlons, I don't understand how and why they do it.
Right.
I'm just like, yeah, I don't have nothing else to do. Like you just have this space in your life where you just need to fill it by running 20 miles. You ain't got a good book to read. You ain't got no movies you want to read. You ain't got no drawings you want to draw. Like you don't want there's
Right.
no people you want to help out. Nope. I'm gonna run these miles. because I got time to kill or because it's a personal goal. I mean, it's cool. Like, I'm not trying to shit on anybody's goal.
Right.
I'm just saying, I feel
There's
like
better things to do.
yes, there are more things that you can be doing with that time because you also have to
Right.
train for this. Like, you can't just get up and run 20 miles. You gotta like train and
Right.
you gotta
I
buy
guess
certain equipment.
maybe it's therapeutic. I don't know.
I guess,
I find it
I guess
stressful.
it is to me.
Like the
Like,
whole time I'm thinking about when it's gonna end.
yeah, like
I'm
yeah, I
like,
just
are we there yet? I have this like mental voice. I'm like, are we there yet? And then it's like the other voice, shut up. No, we're not even, we just started.
yeah. Now I will say, full transparency. Part of the reason why I don't run also, again, I mentioned my feet. I have huge feet, and so I've noticed that they don't be making like the really good running shoes in my
Mm,
size. Like the ones that be looking fly or the ones that have the best like performance metrics or whatnot, they don't go but to a certain size. And width. I have wide feet, so it's like even if I wanted to, I can't do it. So I always got to get
right.
these clunky ass shoes. Yeah, like I can't run. I can't run in them things. It's just heavy as hell. So like I just stick with my nice little walking shoes. They
That's funny.
comfy. Yeah, like go on like a running shoe website and see what the highest like size is, and then see like how see what the biggest width is, and then I do a comparison with the really really big shoes
Uh-huh.
in your shoe, and see how many like flavors of shoes there are. Like it's not a lot.
Right.
It,
Okay.
it really isn't.
That's
It's
so funny.
got you some black, maybe some gray, and then like
Hmm.
in your size, it's the entire rainbow, and this is it's not.
Right.
I don't like it. It's not fair. It's discrimination.
Can you get like custom made sneakers? Although I mean that's probably expensive, but
Probably. Like that's probably what I would have to do. Like, I'd probably have to find someone that can make a custom running shoe in my size and width, and then
right.
with some that doesn't look like I'm wearing it to go to war. It's
Right.
just like
That's so funny.
some
One
ugly as fuck. I'm like, I'm not wearing this bullshit.
That's so funny. I'm wondering if so there's like a website that one of my friends goes on because she's a really tall girl. And it's clothes for tall girls made by tall girls. She's like 6'1", and so this company I guess is made by like models or something that are really really tall, and they just created this brand for women that are tall that can never find clothes that fit them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering if there's like any like maybe some athletes with big feet like created like a brand that like has sneakers for people with big feet.
I gotta see. I mean, I know we're kind of in this space where there are more of us than people realize, but I guess not necessarily enough where I don't know it's profitable to like
Right,
to have like to have as many options I guess as someone else would.
right,
Because again, we don't fall within I guess that whatever range that is. I guess
right,
somebody who's very 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 small could probably have the same issue.
right. But a lot of brands have like petite brands
True.
within them. Like I remember when I worked at Ann Taylor. Um, when I worked at Ann Taylor Loft, they had a whole section that was dedicated to petite women. And it was great. I was like, I don't even need to go to the regular shop. I just buy everything here. I don't have to get anything hemmed. I don't have to get anything taken in. Like, this is made for me. I feel like they should have a lot of companies have tall, like, clothing brands. I'm very surprised that they don't have, like, big feet brands.
Yeah, I mean, and there are there are a few, but yeah, you just still have kind of just the same issues. 'Cause even if I guess you have like, an online store, you're still selling the actual brand. So like Nike has larger sizes, larger widths. They just don't always offer all of the different color options and whatnot that someone else would have.
Right.
It's frustrating, but yeah, you're right. I probably would need to find someone or a company that just does like custom sneakers because
Hmm.
that just cost that. The reason I don't obviously just because it would cost too much. Like
Right.
when I do find a pair of sneakers my size, it's already like 25% more.
Interesting.
Yeah, I can only imagine what a custom pair would cost, but
Right. You should, if you do get a pair of like custom made sneakers, you should get On Clouds.
hmm,
They're very comfortable.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but it's kind of been that way my entire life. My proportions are not like others.
Hmm.
Again, I'm not the tallest person, or the biggest person. I guess it's just like my particular mix isn't
Right.
isn't hasn't been seen, I guess, too often. Like I
Yeah.
remember I was 15 or 16, and I went to go buy a suit. And I get it you get it tailored to your size, and then like the lady who was doing my measurements was like, "Wow, you have the shoulders of a 7-footer." I'm like 6 feet tall. Like, okay. So,
That's so
so,
funny.
yeah, so it was just like those types of things. Like I had the feet of someone who's probably a foot taller than I. So
That's so funny. Wow.
yeah,
Yeah. My husband has the opposite problem. Like he's very short, like me, for a guy. Um, but he's got like weird, like he's got huge shoulders, a huge neck, and they just never know what to do with him at like the tux place, or at the tailor. So it's like he can never find a shirt that fits him properly. So
yeah,
it's frustrating for
it can
him.
definitely it can definitely be frustrating. So
Yeah.
yeah, I totally get it because I shop in a big and tall store, but again, I'm not really big or tall, but it's just like there's just more room to navigate in that space
Right.
than a regular space. But it's like, yeah, there's a 90% chance that, but if I get a shirt, either the sleeves are going to be too long or it's going to be too
Hmm.
wide because like I'm not I'm
Right.
not I have the shoulders of a 7-footer, but I'm not 7 feet tall. Like
Right.
that's like,
The
but
struggle.
yeah, but like I need room. I need a bigger shirt because I have big arms. So it's like, okay,
Right.
I got it's like the sleeves fit, but this freaking blanket on me looks weird. So
That's so funny. Oh
yeah.
man.
Or like I have a shirt that's a normal length, but now the arms are tight. I'm looking like I'm wearing a muscle shirt. And I'm like, no, I can't.
That's not what I was going for.
Not what I'm going for. Like I'm going to church. I can't be walking like I work at Hooters or Chippendales. Like it doesn't work.
That is so fun. Chippendales. Oh my god.
Yes. Coming to the stage is Jay,
Oh
aka
my god.
Chocolate Thunder. Like that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work.
Oh man. Why do they make it so difficult?
I don't know.
I feel like you're in the business of making money. Make my life easy. You're in the business of taking my money. Make my life easy.
Exactly.
Do you, I'm curious, like in your clothing brand, like knowing what you've experienced with trying to find a t-shirt that like works for your size, like for your arms and for your shoulders and for your torso, like do you make sure that your shirts are like could fit somebody with the shoulders of a 7-footer?
Yeah, I mean, to the extent that I'm able to, I definitely want to make sure that the shirts that I use in my business serve that purpose. Because I try, I know that again my size isn't the typical size of someone who will be buying shirts in general, but I exist, so I know that there's at least one other person that exists like me. So I try to keep that in mind. So even if it's not on my site, I make it very clear that I can get something for. I can get that for what my customer is. Like it was when I first started. My shirts went up to I think 3X.
Wow.
Yeah, which is pretty big, but I had some customers who needed a lot the size, so I did what I had to do, and now I'm able to offer 4X and 5X.
Wow.
And they've been selling. Like there's a nice little segment of people who are just larger and need larger shirts. So if you're able to provide for them, why not?
That's awesome.
Yeah. Now again, I say, I do what I can because I'm not the manufacturer of the shirts, but as much as I can, I try to research to see just how they fit. My issues are always going to be more top torso, shoulders and arms. I'm not too concerned with the torso area because it is what it is. Plus, I prefer my clothing to be baggier anyway, so it works for me. Somebody might need more room in the torso. That works for them. So I try to work with my customers to do the best to the extent that I can.
I love that.
Yeah.
Isn't it cool how like with your own business you get to solve like a problem in a way for yourself that other creators have not been able to?
Yeah, it's
you are your first customer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's definitely a good feeling. Ultimately, I want to move into women's tees. I guess they're a little bit narrower. I need to do a little bit more research. I want to make tank tops, so that's down the line. But yeah, it's definitely something that I've been asked about.
Oh, that's exciting. Yeah, women's t-shirts are definitely a little bit different in structure. I think that like maybe our hips and waists are a little bit more narrow typically. Hold on. Sorry, are they too distracting in the background? They always turn on when we start talking.
For those that don't know, those are friends of the show, Noki and Meatball. Shout out to Noki and Meatball. They're just making their presence felt on the show.
They're like beating the crap out of each other in the background. They were just off like for hours, so I don't know why they turn on the second they hear my voice.
We probably should do like make this like there's what's her name? Mina Kimes. She has a podcast. It's called The Mina Kimes Show with Lenny, and Lenny is her dog.
Oh, I love that.
We should probably just put a stage bit of podcast with Meatball and Noki.
Pretty much. And it's like we've tried everything. We've tried to like lock them in the room. That doesn't help. We've tried like different times, different days. They just turn on when they hear me. What do I do? Put them outside and hope for the best? No, I'm not gonna do that. There's Frenchy stealers out there.
Oh wow.
Yeah. You hear about Lady Gaga? Her Frenchies got stolen and held for ransom.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so weird. I do like Frenchies. Frenchies they're definitely cool.
They're crazy.
Since we're on dogs, go ahead.
Oh no, we were still talking about women's shirts, but we can move on to dogs. That's fine.
Remember, we don't segue. We just jump to the next thing.
That's exactly. No warning.
No warning. We hit that lesson. We keep going. Like we
just mid sentence interrupt ourselves and veer to the left and go a different way.
Exactly. That's how we do. And right now we're on dogs. So I've officially put in my request with my landlord to get a dog. We'll see how that works.
Wow.
But if he comes around, we may end up having three dogs on the show. So,
Wow. Okay. I mean, that's gonna be fun. I wonder if they're gonna be able to feed off of each other.
I don't know. Probably. Like, because I mean, the dog, the dog that I want to get a cockapoo,
Mm.
and they're not huge dogs. I think they get to maybe about 25 pounds, but
Okay.
they can be very hyper. They definitely need to be walked a lot, which is, I mean, it's good because it'll get me out the house, but yeah, like
Right.
they just naturally have energy.
Oh yeah.
And it can manifest differently depending on the dog. Like it may just start
Right.
doing zoomies, or it may just like bother me to play fetch. So,
Right.
but they're very smart dogs. I think they're like the second most intelligent breed.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but they're very smart, stubborn. They can be stubborn.
I think
Um,
all dogs maybe are stubborn.
I don't know. I guess because of the mix. I guess Cocker Spaniel Poodle mix. I guess
Oh yeah.
the Spaniels can be a little stubborn, whereas the Poodles are very intelligent. But
Okay.
that mixture, particularly in my experience, I had a friend who has one. You really do got to train them, but they're they are very trainable. So if you get them early enough. They listen. They listen. Um, they cannot walk in a straight line to save their lives. I
Yeah.
will say that. Um, every
I
five
mean, I
seconds.
can relate. That's not so bad.
I mean, if you're trying to walk, then yeah. Like I think what's going to end up happening is that I'm going to have to walk the dog, and then I got to do my own walk to actually get the actual exercise that I need.
Right.
Because I walk straight because I'm a fucking human being, but this dog does this every 5 seconds, and it's like
Yeah.
it's just it's not going to work. Um,
Right.
so I'll figure it out.
I will say walking a dog that can't walk in a straight line is definitely a workout in and of itself because you're constantly having to like switch around your body. It's like an ab workout and like a arm workout all in one. Um, it's also a little mental gymnastics in there, like trying to figure out how the fuck they just wrap themselves around your entire body in the
Seriously.
3 seconds you weren't paying attention.
Yeah, and then after all of that, it just the rhythm stops. Like if they do all this shit, then they just stop and just sit.
And like roll on their back.
Yeah, or just sit and just like do this, and I'm like,
What are you gonna do now?
yeah, like can you walk? We got 2 miles from the house, and like
Right.
are you broken? Like what happened? What happened, miss? Like, did the batteries run out? Why are you just frozen?
Well,
I don't get it.
so I found, and I'm curious, like your experience once you get the dog.
Mm-hmm.
If I walk in a certain direction, they will run for days. If I walk in a different direction, like if I walk towards the dog park, they will run the whole way there. If I walk home from the dog park after they've played for an hour, they decide their legs don't work. But it's not because they're tired, because if I then turn back in the direction of the dog park, they run. So it has nothing to do with being tired. They are being assholes. So I'm curious if you end up having the same experience.
I probably will, because dogs are smart. Like people think dogs are
Yeah.
dumb. Dogs are very intelligent, and
Yeah,
like
they really are.
they what is it? Routines. Like they remember routines. So if you
Mhm.
know if they know, hey, this way leads to the park, they get
Right.
excited. My old boss would say the same thing. Like he actually had two different routes that he would take. He had
Uh,
a short one and a long one, and
okay.
obviously the dog loved the long one.
Right.
but they would get to like I guess kind of a fork in the road where either they keep going along, they keep going for the long walk, or they do excuse me, the short run. So whenever if he was doing a short run, they would make that left. The dog would like the dog would pull like no. So dogs know. Dogs are very
Oh,
intelligent.
absolutely. It's so funny because Meatball will sometimes, when he's really tired and hot, and if we, like, let's say we're coming back from the park and we're gonna just go quickly grab, like, blueberries from one of the fruit stands or something.
Mm-hmm.
If we pass our apartment, actually, it doesn't even matter if we walk physically past our apartment. He knows when we're like on the avenue that's past our apartment. It doesn't matter if we're on this street, this street, this street, or this street. He knows that we've gone too far and we've passed our apartment. So he will refuse to walk any further unless we turn closer to our apartment. It's crazy.
Yeah. When I was younger, I had a friend who clearly didn't know much about dogs. This person told me that dogs don't have memory. Like he was trying to compare like the memory of a dog to like a memory of a fish. Like fish have like 10, 15-second memories. And I'm looking at him and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Dog like dogs can remember stuff. He was like, and he was arguing with me like, no, they can't. I'm like, how do they remember? How do they remember where the food is?
Right.
Every morning. And he's like, oh yeah, like they may not be able to remember 30 years back,
right?
Because they probably won't be around for 30 years, but they remember. Like you can train dogs. Clearly,
right.
Clearly they have memories.
Right. And it's obviously not as advanced as we are.
Yeah,
but like they know when if they like lose a toy behind the couch, like even if it was a month ago, if I move the couch, they go and they look in that exact spot and they get the toy out.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like they know things.
Really, like you can't have a conversation about it with them, but
Oh,
that
you
doesn't
kind
mean
of can.
like us,
Yeah.
But yeah, they can't they can't remember things.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for you. Do you know when you're gonna try to get the dog?
Well, waiting for my landlord and his wife to kind of come around to it. But it probably, even if they said yes, it probably wouldn't be for like another 6 months or so because I want to get. Remember, I got to pretty much doggy proof the house,
Right.
so I definitely want to get some more rugs and carpets to put on the floor so they're not scraping all the wood. And then I gotta figure out, excuse me, like all the things that I want to do that don't allow dogs. Like, I still want to take this train trip across the country. I don't know if Amtrak allows dogs, so I got like reorganize some of my plans going forward. But hopefully, the next 6 months or so, I will have me a little puppy.
Wow, that's so exciting. Wow, I'm excited for you. And yeah, I mean, there's so many really good dog services if you aren't able to take the dog with you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited for you. It's fun.
Thank you. Yes.
It definitely adds to like home.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I'm getting hungry. I don't know about you. It's like an awkward time to be hungry too, but like it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a couple hours till dinner, couple hours since lunch. Maybe I should go get a snack. I don't know.
I think that's a perfect time, nice little midpoint.
Yeah, it's a good snack time.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that it's snack time for this girl. Could also be because we spent the first 30 minutes of this podcast talking about food.
Probably that.
I'm sure that didn't really help. And it also could be because I hear Sean making food in the background.
There you go.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I guess the next episode that we record, which it may be released out of order, it's going to be our holiday episode. So if we end up releasing it in order, happy holidays, or get ready for a happy holiday episode. And if we don't, then whatever. Sorry if we confused you. Not really.
It's a grit with a hedge. I like it. It's awesome.
Exactly. But yeah, if you love this episode, be sure to rate it, review it, share it with a friend, and subscribe on all your favorite listening platforms. And of course, be sure to follow us on all the socials.
And with that, we bid you adieu, folks. Goodbye.
Adios.